People say, the future, what will the future be like? Will cars fly? Will cancer be cured? Will things be all better? And to them we say no. But we have put a wrestling ring on a cruise ship.
Hi fans, and welcome to Tank Talk.
My name's Keith.
My name's Brandon. We're here to quench your thirst for knowledge.
I thought you were about to say, hi fam. What's up fam? What's up fam?
I can't use that word because I'm not cool enough yet.
You're right. I'll be honest, when I just dabbed also on camera, which was not cool. But whenever I think about the word fam, I have a very firm trepidation about using it because I don't feel like I am qualified to use the word fam. But Brandon, why on earth are we recording a Tank Talk today?
Keith, we are here to record today because we're going to tell you the Person of the Year 2018.
Yeah. Multiples, right?
Yes.
Our choices.
Us, a couple of our friends as well.
Yep.
So kind of to start this off, a couple years ago when we had our podcast, I was bringing this up so I could look at the person's name and I did not say it wrong and people would be confused. A couple of years ago on our Tank Media podcast, we're talking about Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Yeah.
And we were confused as to why they chose who they did, because I believe it was someone who, like, either wasn't a good person or we were surprised, or because I think Trump was it 1 year, and it was kind of, I don't want to paint the picture of where, like, I don't know why they could choose an animal like that. People think we're attacking Trump with that.
We're trying not to attack anybody on this show.
But when we researched it, we found out that they said who had just impacted the world as a whole, either in a good way or a bad way.
Whether you impacted it like a cure for a disease, or you impacted it like an asteroid from space.
Or creating a disease.
Oh, yeah, or
created
a disease.
Asteroid cancer.
Asteroid bringing in a new form of cancer.
So Time Magazine, they announced their thing about 2 weeks ago or so, which here at Tank Media we think is a little ridiculous because you don't know what's gonna. You gotta save it. Till the year's over, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't
What
know.
if someone cures cancer? What if someone blows up Australia?
That
could happen.
Because surprise, surprise, Australia not only exists but is a continent.
Statistically, if you were going to blow up a country, I believe December 28th would probably be the right day to do it.
I think you're right.
Because people are kind of just... People aren't going to see you loading up like the 300 nuclear warheads.
Well, yeah, it's Christmas time, so if you wanted to pack the warheads into like a TV box you got for Christmas, you slide them in the back of a U-Haul and you're good to go.
I think you're going to need a couple of U-Hauls to...
Just the warhead can't be that big, right?
I don't
know. Maybe you got a big TV for Christmas.
I'm not a physicist.
We're not blowing up Australia because we don't know anything about nuclear war.
Plus, we like Australia.
Of course we do. Those crazy upside down fools down there. We love Australia.
So, Time Magazine this year, they chose the group of reporters called The Guardians, who's headed up by Jamal Khashoggi.
Jamal Khashoggi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I don't know who that is. I'm not in the loop.
That was the guy who was killed in, I believe, Saudi Arabia.
Very sorry about that.
And so he was killed by them, and it became a big thing because they were like, no, we didn't kill him. Yeah. He's still just hanging out. And they're like, okay, we might have killed him. Then they're like, okay, his arms might have been chopped off in here.
Yeah.
But so then it just kind of became a big ordeal with that. So that was Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Bad vibes. For the people who did it. Good vibes for the people who got the Person of the Year.
Yes. So at Tank Media, we did not choose Mr. Jamal. We had other options for people. Before Keith and I get to our People of the Year, though, we're going to let some of our friends from Tank Media tell you their Person of the Year.
So the Person of the Year, in my opinion, is my professor, Christy Gramling. She is probably everything that I'd ever want from a poli-sci professor. She's fair, she's honest, she makes everyone have a good time, and she has a lot of grace and mercy for a lot of her students. And probably the most admirable trait about her is that she never really gives her full opinion on anything, which for most people would be kind of annoying, but for a poli-sci professor who wants to promote fairness and democracy, that's probably the best thing you could get. Even when she was out there doing I literally just forgot what it was called, congressional debate. Even when she was out there doing the congressional debate, she was by far the most nonpartisan person up there. And when we discussed it later, we both agreed that democracy is just entertainment now. but that doesn't mean we can stop learning about it.
Hello, I'm Will Abbott. You may know me from Game Talks on Tank Media Games within the Tank Media Network umbrella. And I'm here to answer a very prominent question. Who is the person, Time Magazine asks it every year, who is the person of the year for me? And for me personally, I think I'm going to give it to friend of the show, Kevin McAbee. He's always there commenting on all of our game talks, giving us encouragement. We can bounce ideas off of him. Anytime we need a game that I've lost to cover it, Kevin's going to mail us a 3DS game. Anytime we need anything, Kevin's got our back. So just knowing that we got someone in the audience that's willing to help us out and encourage us means a lot, because we don't have a lot of fans, but we deserve them. So Kevin McAbee, Person of the Year for me, from Will and Abnett. Thank you, everyone. Lovely being here.
And we're back.
Great choices.
Great choices, friends. Whether we've heard them or not. Who knows? We didn't go to them live, and we may not have recorded that yet. So you know how film goes.
How impressive it would be if it was live. We would have went and drove to like Alabama and St. Matthews, and then came back and still looked just as fresh.
Yeah, exactly, in like 10 seconds. So now I assume, Brandon, it's time for the pilots of the Tank Media vessel, will now reveal who we like to say our Person of the Year is.
I'll go first if you'd like me to.
Certainly.
My Person of the Year was an amazing person, and they barely edged out my second place. Because Keith, I gotta talk about my second place and give a plug to Me Without You's Untitled album. What makes it amazing is that they released a album of the year, but also an EP that had 7 songs on it.
That's a large
Good
EP.
thing for an EP, but could also be an album of the year. And it's impressive that you can be around for so long, and whenever a band, each release can be arguably, or it can be argued that is their best release. Because usually albums, artists they start going away. Maybe there'll be one hit or whatever.
Yeah.
But Be Without You, Untitled album. Now I'm going to get to the Person of the Year.
Person of the Year.
And that is Mr. Chris Jericho.
Of course.
Chris Jericho is a wrestler, for those who don't know.
That's right.
But he is not only a wrestler, he's also a podcaster. So he released this guy is a champion wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So he's wrestling, he is running a podcast, releasing 2 a week, and he tours with his band Fozzy, as well as acting in movies, TV shows, and whatnot. Sure. And he has a family that's not falling apart, which is impressive. Usually you can't balance all of those things. Not a juggler, but if I try to juggle them...
That's a good choice, Brandon. That's a good choice. Chris Jericho seems like a good guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's doing big things.
One of his crowning achievements was even doing his own cruise this year, Keith.
Wow.
He put a wrestling ring on a ship.
That is
no
wild.
one died.
That is amazing. That sounds like something people can say.
So from Japan to the Bahamas.
I can remember reading in the history books in the 20s, there were quotes from people saying, the future, what will the future be like? Will cars fly? Will cancer be cured? Will things be all better? And to them we say no. But we have put a wrestling ring on a cruise ship.
They didn't think it was possible, but they were able to do it. It was a feat of engineering that has not been seen since the Empire State was built.
Yep.
Building.
The whole Empire State. You would think with the cruise ship on a boat like that, you would think whenever they got, or the wrestling ring on a cruise ship like that, you'd think when someone jumped off of the ropes to splat to swanton?
Yes.
Onto someone, you would think that the boat would, travel from underneath them and then they'd end up somewhere else. But no, they figured it out. Brandon, is it my turn?
Yes.
Brandon, you set a precedent earlier when you gave your runner-up to a whole enterprise, Me Without You.
Yes.
Did you not? So our Person of the Year really could be a group of people.
I would allow that, Keith.
So if I were to say my Person of the Year is Tank Media Network and everyone involved.
Yes.
Would that be a reasonable thing to say?
I think it would be a reasonable thing.
That's not what I'm going to say. But I do want to give my Person of the Year, my Person of the Year nomination, my Person of the Year. The way I treat this thing is that who has impacted me the most. I really don't think about the rest of the world as far as impact, because I feel like that's really hard to boil down. And who am I to say?
Yeah.
But I do think about my own life and who has impacted me the most this year. And I've got to give it to my fellows over at the Easy Allies. Brent, I don't know if you're familiar with the Easy Allies, but Will and Abnett is the one who turned me on to them, watching their content from Tank Media Games, Will and Abnett. And I've always enjoyed video games. It's always been a hobby of mine ever since my grandfather bought me a Nintendo 64. It's always been a hobby. I've always been playing games. But after being, told to go over to watch some Easy Allies content, they really, bolstered my interest in this thing and kind of legitimized it. It used to be kind of a hobby, something that I felt like I spent way too much time doing and stuff. But they have legitimized the fact that this hobby is like any other hobby, and a career can be made out of it. It's not just a child's thing. That they're grown people who make a living, journalizing video games and everything like that. Not to mention the fact they're 9 guys that seem to be rather close. Their channel is rather wholesome. You don't get a whole lot of negativity coming from them. Their tagline is love and respect, which I can get on. I can get on that train, the love and respect train. I'm tired of all the negativity. So all in all, they have been a very positive influence on me this year. They have bolstered my taste in video games, and they have made me better at playing them and enjoying them. And I've really very much enjoyed watching Easy Allies content for this year.
Well, I think we've had a great selection of people.
Yeah, I think so.
And now I think it's time for a drink.
Yeah. No segue?
Well, what's funny about the tank drinks is that whenever I have a really clever segue, I'm always about to set up for it. Then you say something like, "Oh, well, my feet are dirty, so I'm gonna get a tank."
I never said that. Never said my feet are dirty.
So that's what happens.
How did I mess you up today? I said, I stopped talking, and then you didn't get to your.
But I didn't have anything prepared today.
Oh, okay.
If I would have had, that's when you would have messed me up.
Okay. Just tell us about today's tank drink, you whiner.
We have Sunny Delight Singles to Go. It's a low-calorie drink mix, and all the Sunny D without any sugar.
Why is it low calorie? Are you trying to tell me something, Brandon?
I think that's something that they haven't found out yet. The people who make these powdered drinks, they haven't found out how to add sugar and add calories to a powder.
Right. Brandon, I need to take a whiff of that and tell me that it doesn't smell like chemicals. Just straight up. That's straight up chemicals, boys.
They just ground up some oranges.
This might as well be Agent Orange. Sorry, Vietnamese. Sorry for what we did to you with Agent Orange. But you got us
that powder it was floating, then just dropped.
Gave him the clunk. Gave him the old clunk. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it off.
It definitely looks like Sunny Delight.
It does. Look at all that foam. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but ooh, 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 ooh.
Let's clink and drink this.
All right.
That tastes like I'm biting into an orange.
It doesn't taste quite like that, but it is kind of tasty. It's not, I will say this, it's not as, as powdery as a lot of the powdery drinks you get.
It's not as creamy as a normal Sunny Delight.
That is also true, but I think one thing you get, if you get a name brand powder like this, usually they do a good job of, really smoothing it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Sunny D 2 Ds out of 3. That's not true. I don't know. I made up that rating. It's pretty good, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to go buy it, but if you said, hey, all I've got to drink is bath water and Sunny D powder drinks, I'm drinking the powder drink.
Isn't that what every drink company really just wants to hear, is that you would choose their beverage over some bath water?
I didn't say it was you. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are one of our people of the year, enjoy yourself. It's time to feel yourself. You can really enjoy it. Really enjoy being Tank Media's Person of the Year. If you're not, if you're one of the 6,999,994 people, or probably 980 based on the enterprises we threw in. If you're one of those people, us included, maybe next year. You'll get them next year. But in the meantime, Brandon, you have anything else?
No.
Since we don't have anything else, please, for the love of all that's good and holy, please like, comment, and subscribe. We would love to have you as a part of our Tank Media family, liking and commenting and enjoying our videos. And in the meantime, before the next one, we love you very much.
Mucho.